Well, good morning and welcome once again to Edgewood Orchids, and I'm at the small greenhouse for a quick trip, so I'll just show you what's outside before I show you what's inside. Don't ask me the names of these. It looks like a hydrangea, this one I think. That's one there. Very nice. This is what she says is a Shasta daisy. Beautiful thing. Big, plenty of buds on it. Nice to look at when the weather's nice. I just pan round the garden now because I don't know all the names of the flowers. Oh, I know that one. It's a lupin. It's one or two orchids hung up there. I don't know what they are, but they should be nice for this time of day and this time of year. And there's a few potted plants. Well, that's enough for the garden, so we'll go inside and have a look. Well, this is a nice little flower. It's a dendrobium. Cuthbertsonii cross Sulawesiense cross Cuthbertsonii again. So it's a bonny little flower. First time it's flowered, only one flower on, but a quite beautiful little thing. Really nice. And here's that little Platystelli again. Misera or something, Misera, with the tiny little flowers. Well, there's no wind blowing in here, so I must be shaking with my hand, but I don't think I am. Anyhow, that's the tiniest orchid I've ever seen. Well, here's a couple of cacti with the flowers just going over, but there's plenty more to come on now. Look at them. I'll show you when it's in full flower. Loads and loads of buds on. This other one as well. And the beautiful flowers when they're open, so we'll have a good look at that when they're fully open. This Trichoglottis philippinense is one which she nearly threw away, but she thought, well, I might as well pot it up and see how it goes, and now it's putting out one of the thickest roots you've ever seen in your life. So that might look like it's going to survive. Here's another one she was going to throw away, and it's Cattleya Little Dipper 4N crossed by SLC Bright Angel. Since she repotted it again, it's thrown up this nice new growth. So that's going to survive, and I bet the flower's really nice on that one. Here's another tiny little thing. I don't know what it is. I think it's some type of coleogyny. Tiny little bulbs on it. This is another she nearly got rid of, but it suddenly started throwing up two small leaves, and now it's thrown up a bud. But it's only tiny, very, very small. So we'll just see what that looks like. There's no label on it, so I can't actually tell you what it is. But we'll have a look at that when it's flowered, and then we might be able to put a name to it. Here's one she got at the Malvern Show. Schomburgkia albopurpurea, and doing very well. It's thrown up this spike in the last 2.5 weeks. And she got that from Tenshin Gardens, so we'll see how that goes on. Be doing with it. Anyhow, it's a very nice Leicester. I like it. Well, that's about it for this smaller greenhouse today. So when I get back home, I shall take a little trip round mine, and we'll see what's what. Well, I'm in my greenhouse now, and as we say, there's a lot of green, and that's why they call it a greenhouse. Very few in flower. I think I've got just 2 buds in the whole place, and I'm stripping it down for winter and taking it inside. Hence, I've removed most of the staging from this side, and it's going back into the house. So we'll just show you what we've got. Here we are. We've got, I think I've seen it before. These are the only ones I've got. Phragmipedium richterii, Phragmipedium ainsworthii. I do have a couple mounted that I don't think I've ever shown you, and that's a Cattleya lamellata, is it called, and this is an Arangus articulata, crossed by stylosa. And I had this in a pot, and it didn't do much, so I thought, well, I'll put it on this mount. And I thought, well, they'll probably grow downwards, so I fastened it to the mount in a downward position. But now the new growth has started going upwards again. So anyhow, I'm going to leave it just to see what happens. So that's one of the mounted ones. And the other mounted one is one that I almost threw away as a little seedling. And because it wasn't doing anything, it had virtually no roots. And it's a Paphiopedilum parischii. And I thought, well, they grow on trees in the wild, so I'll put this on a piece of wood and see what happens. There's signs of small roots growing, but the best sign is that we've got a new leaf coming up in the middle. So I'm keeping that nice and moist every day with a little bit of feed, and I hope it carries on doing what it's doing now, because they're a beautiful flower, these parischii. Not easy, but we'll see what this one does. Well, everything seems to be growing very well. Most of the plants are putting up new leaves, and this one is a brand new plant that's grown. I say a brand new plant, it's from the old plant, but it's a new growth that's getting ready for flowering, and it's a Paphiopedilum, Caulopa. Flowered from here before. Huge leaf span. And this was given to me some years ago by a friend of mine who was just being diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. So he gave me this one and a few more, and I saw him last week or the week before, and he said that he's feeling a little bit better and he's getting keen again. So this coming Sunday, I'm going to give him this one back, plus a few more. Here we have a lovely little Phragmipedium Robert Yanqueni that's just coming into spike. You can see it there. These are absolutely beautiful. It's a cross between French Schomburg and Bettei again. So absolutely beautiful little plant. So I'll keep you informed how that's going, because it's growing very nicely. Only had 1 flower on before, but be nice if I could get 2 on this one. Here's another plant that was given to me by the same gentleman, which I shall be returning to him on Sunday, and it's Paphiopedilum dianum. And I'm pleased to be returning it in spike. So I hope he's pleased with it. I think he might be. Now, you know, I've had all these plants outside, these Angraecums and Phragmipediums and Paphiopedilums, all sorts of stuff, and I've got the Cavacii out. They've been out 2.5 months now. Here's a small one. If I can find the other one. Yeah, there it is. Move this to one side. And there's the other Cavacii that's growing very well outside. Love the warm rain when they get it, so I'm leaving them out. If the crowns get wet, doesn't matter outside, doesn't do them any harm at all, because if it rains again the water in the crown gets changed. But there's one of the plants that I've put inside now that got hit with the sun, so I'll show it to you. It's a Rhinanthera, and this is what's happened with the sun getting to it. Too hot sun in the afternoon. You can see how the leaves have changed colour there, and oh, it looks like it's going to spike from there. But look at the top leaves. Wow, lovely red colour, and there's the mark of the sunburn there. So that's a mistake I've made of leaving it out in the hot sun, but although it marks the leaves, I don't think it'll do the plant much harm. Not look as nice, but it'll still flower. That's Rhinanthera philippinense. This is Paphiopedilum sandrianum, growing nicely. That's all a new growth over the last 12 months, 18 months or so, just coming up with a new leaf in the middle. And most of the plants are showing new growth like that. We'll have a quick look at the cattleyas again, and then we'll end it there. Oh, and I just forgot, this is another one I'm sending back to him. I hope he likes it. It's a Paphiopedilum rothschildianum, and this one's also in spike. There we are. And I'll take him that on Sunday. Well, this is the first of the 4 cattleyas I've got. I'll just show you the label. And this is doing okay. Showing nice new root growth, because I give it plenty of calcium and stuff like that. New root growth and a new growth starting there. So that's doing okay. They've been quiet for about 6 months, and suddenly with the warmer weather and feeding them and watering them better, they're kicking in now. This is another one that's showing some nice new growth. You can see the new growth coming up there. Beautiful. I'm expecting this to flower at the end of the year, or the beginning of next. Another one here that I thought was dead, and it almost threw it away, but that's putting up a new growth. There we are. And it's like a browny red colour. I don't think I've ever had that on a cattleya. Anyhow, we'll see how it goes. What's this one? It's Laelia Perinnei. Then we got the last one. And this is showing some new growths. Roots are doing very, very nicely, plenty there, and nice new growth coming up there. So these can only get better, hopefully, but you never know with orchids, do you? But we all try and do our best, and if it comes off, we're very pleased. If we fail, then we just go out and buy a fresh one. Okay then, so thank you very much for watching. And until I have something to show you next time, thank you very much, and until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.